Hi, I'm V and today is all about wearing makeup. The look specifically for today is for your Sangeet or your engagement or your day wedding. I'm not using very like intense maroons or reds or whatever. It's just going to be very fresh faced and glowing. So yeah, I mean, you can use it for any of these three functions that I mentioned. I've already got my base going. You can see how I did my base in my earlier video, my first wedding makeup video, which is basically the bridal look. You can even use the same palette, the metallic shades from the same palette. I'm just trying to do like different things and you know, so that you have a little bit of a variety. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my lids with this coppery color. I've already got like a little bit of foundation, a little bit of a touch of concealer on my lids so that it can be a little bit opaque. Okay, so I'm going to use this on the other lid also. You don't need to spend lots and lots of money on a makeup artist unless you really trust that makeup artist. When I got married, Deepa Verma did my makeup and she was just like so amazing. She is just so amazing. She made me look like literally like a princess and I got so many compliments. And she also tanned me one shade because she was like, if you're really fair, then if you go one shade more tan, you look better in pictures. And I really look better in pictures. So once I've done this, I'm just going to contour the lid a little bit with like a chocolate shade, you know, to add that little bit of dimension and depth. Back and forth to like really blend the color in. The idea is on your wedding, don't try to look like a bride. Don't fall into that trap of like, oh, I need to look like a bride, so I need to wear the maximum makeup, or I need to wear the most amount of jewelry, or I need to wear like the brightest, shiniest outfit, because you know, everybody knows you're the bride. You need to in fact focus on looking happier, being happier, having fun. That's the most important thing. I mean, hopefully you'll not get married again. So have fun. I mean, this is the only time you're going to get married, so enjoy it. It's the biggest party that you're going to throw, so why not have fun, right? In your own party. So I'm just using copper and chocolate shades, which were the shades in the Smashbox eyeshadow kit that I showed you earlier. Then I'm going to get on with lining my lids. I'm not going to put any kajal this time. I want my eyes to look like really big and doe-eyed. I want to look really doe-eyed, so I'm just going to, here's my eyeliner. I'm just going to make them look rounder and bigger and line outside under the lid. So first step is to apply eyeliner as close to the lashes as possible. You don't have to be perfect in your application. In fact, if you're not perfect with your application, feel free to smudge the liner also. These gel eyeliners are great that way because you can just like smudge them very easily. In fact, for this look, it'll look really nice if it's smudged. Okay, apply second coat to make it a little more intense and dark. And make sure that it's, oops. If you can see, I've lifted it up just a little bit before the eye ends because that just makes your eyes look like more wide open. They look more doll-like, more awake. And then just with your finger, smudge, smudge, smudge. These gel eyeliners are really good for this. Don't smudge this line, but you get the drift, right? It doesn't have to be a perfect eyeliner for this look. It can be just this sort of like smudgy doe-eyed, imperfect, fun look. So do the same on the other lid and then just lift it a little bit before your liner ends. Make sure that you don't apply too much of eyeshadow below, because then it's difficult to put eyeliner on top of that. Smudge, smudge, smudge with your lids, with your fingers, and then just enhance the little wing on the side. This is totally unenhanced, so I'm just going to have to do it again. Oops. I love making mistakes on camera because then you know how to rectify it. We're all human and we're not professional artists, makeup artists, so what the heck. Eyeliner more or less even. Okay, now that I've done this, I'm going to take the excess product and I'm going to use it to smoke my lower lid. Close to the lash line. Take a little bit more, smudge it like this. You can always wash your hands later. And then just in small strokes brush it with your fingertip like we did on the top lid. Okay, same thing we'll do in the other eye. Join it in the corner and back and forth, back and forth. Okay, then line your inner waterline with a skin colored, not a white. Please don't use a white eye pencil because that just looks really fake and weird. Use a skin colored pencil to line the inner waterline, just so that your look is a little bit different from your wedding. And I just feel this not wearing kajal sometimes can look really playful and fun. Okay, is it even? Okay. All right, now this is done. I'm just going to add a touch of the fun element, which is a little bit of foil-like shimmer. This is the Stila Magnificent Minerals or something for foil finish eyeshadow. And I'm just going to put it on top of everything on my lid, so that there's this kind of little bit of shimmer when I close my lid, which always looks fun. And this shade is so flattering. I've used it multiple times. So you see, eyeliner doesn't really have to be perfect for this look. There's eyeliner doesn't exist on its own. There's the need for eyeliner is to just define your eyes, and as long as your eyes are defined, you don't really need that perfect liner. Okay, now that I have done this, I am going to put on a lot of mascara. I'm using Le Volume de Chanel, which is like literally one of my favorite mascaras. I recommended Estee Lauder's Double Wear mascara if you want something waterproof, only because it comes off very easily. My problem with waterproof mascaras is because they're so difficult to remove. Okay, you put it on both your lashes. Now rub off the excess and put it on your lower lashes also. I think it's the Sangeet, you're going to be dancing around, or the engagement, you're going to be having a lot of fun. Hopefully you'll not be crying in this event. So mascara on your lower lashes is always fun. There's a little bit of mascara spill. Okay, there's a lot of it, which means I'll have to redo my under eye a little bit. Oops! Wow. Okay, so which means I'll have to now do a lot of my makeup again. Not a lot, but just a dab here and there. Making mistakes in makeup doesn't freak me out. Okay, this, a touch of under eye concealer. You already know what my favorite products are if you've seen the other video. Okay, this Bobbi Brown concealer is really good because it does not settle into line. The intensive skin serum one, not the cream concealer, but the intensive skin serum concealer does not settle into lines. Okay, and just for a hint of fun, I'll forget it, let's not put any glitter here. I think we can just enhance the inner corner of our eyes with just a dab of sparkly eyeshadow, shimmery, sparkly, metallic eyeshadow. Just a dab here. Okay. A dab here. And then just blend it. Can you see how pigmented these Tarte eyeshadows are? I'm just totally loving this kit. Okay, now that we're done with this, I want to put on a hint of blush. I really like this M.A.C Gingerly blush because it's not overly pink. If you have a favorite blush, then please go ahead, use it. I like this one because it's not overly pink. It's like more like a gingery, bronzy kind of color, which I'm just applying on tops of my cheekbones. All over my cheeks actually, because it's I want to look fresh faced, I want to look radiant. Now that I've done this, I'm going to take this Fenty Beauty stick. It's called Sinnamon. It's quite glowy, and I'm just going to put it in the corners to just add that little contour, just a little bit, so that I look amazing in photographs. Okay, so I'm just putting it in the corners, just for a slight bit of glow. Then I'm going to take a little bit of cream bronzer. I'm going to my really one of my favorite kits from Hourglass. This one is so fantastic. Just on the tops of my cheekbones. Again, I really don't think that you should go too strong with highlight if you're a bride. I think strong highlighter you can if you're going for the cocktail look, which also I'm going to do. Too much highlighter is just like, it doesn't look natural, and you don't look like a radiant bride. You just look like a bride who's very good at wearing highlighter. Okay, now our eyes are done, skin looks radiant. Last step is lipstick. Choose like a dusty pink color, like a rosy pink. I really like this Chanel lip ink, I think it's called. Has this beautiful rosy berry color. and it sits very lightly also. So yes, this is my final engagement or sangeet or day wedding look, because the colors are a little muted. There's not too much kajal, there's not too much red, there's not too much gold, and it's super easy to do, whether you're going to a wedding or it's your own wedding. Just try it. Just try it. Sorry guys, I forgot my brows. I'm just so all over the place today because I'm shooting videos after a really long time and you just tend to get, you know, out of practice. So you don't do what I did, because I just walked into the loo to wash my face and then I saw myself without brows, and your look doesn't look complete. So I'm using this Benefit brow pencil, which is quite natural and nice. Like I mentioned in my wedding video also, your brows should look like your own and not overly done up, because anyway you have a full face of makeup. So finally, now my look is complete, I hope.